If you guys haven't seen my last video, this is my $500 240sx, and today I'm going to be revamping a lot of the wiring with all of these parts that I have here. This is a 2-gauge 25-foot wire that I'm going to be running from the trunk all the way to the front to redo the power wire. I have a 250 amp breaker. I got a new AC control unit, some radio harness and adapters, battery box, some terminals, a couple other little things. This should completely fix a lot of the issues that this car has as of right now. One of the main things that a lot of people do in these cars is relocate the battery to the trunk. And I bought this little optimum battery holder that I'm going to be putting right there in the corner. It is a little dark, but you can kind of see where it's going to be. I plan on having this mounted about right here in this area, and then using this bolt that goes all the way down to the frame rail as the chassis ground. I will be cleaning all of this up a little bit just to get it looking good. I'm going to run the power wire probably in the interior all the way down to the front to a bus bar, which I have right here. This is a 300 amp bus bar where I'm going to connect the main power, body power, and I guess the starter, alternator, whatever. I plan on mounting it somewhere under the reservoir for the power steering, somewhere in a flat spot. So the power wire will run all the way down the body of the car, probably up through here to somewhere in that area. But the first thing I want to tackle is the radio harness, because if you guys seen in the last video, they are highly mangled up. What I think they did is they tapped into the speaker wires and did a RCA jack adapter in order to run subs in this car. So right here is the radio harness that is all mangled up. It does still have this one plug that I do have right here. I did buy the male and female side so I can put in an aftermarket radio once I get that. But this shouldn't be too hard of a task. It's just, cutting, rewiring, and throwing some heat shrink on it. These go to the AC control unit, and these are the radio wires. This is the antenna, little adapter thing. I might just leave that for whenever I get the new one. I don't think this is anything back there. Let's tuck this out of the way. This should all be everything we need. Yeah, so it does have a 6-pin. I don't know what this one's for then. But I will set that right there so I can look at pin A, which is on this 6-pin. Looking at it like this. Pin A is top left, which is 12 volt constant. No, that's 12 volt switched. Okay. It says that's a blue wire from the harness side. Okay, so I got the wiring all hooked up and wired in. The harnesses I replaced with OEM factory female or male harnesses, and added a little bit of wrap around these, and I gotta say, it does look better than factory. I do have the female ends that I will be wiring to the aftermarket radio harness whenever it comes in, because I don't want to mangle up all of these wires like they were before. So I did put in the AC control unit. I am having a little bit of trouble with this little metal wire thing that you control the hot and cold with. It is a little jank because I don't know how I can mount it up, but everything else is hooked up. Now I am about to test it. Okay, car is on. And we'll go to front. Okay, 1 works. 2. Oh yeah, she's blowing. I think this one's turned off. Yeah, there we go. Blowing out a lot of gunk. Now the next thing I plan on doing is this little cigarette lighter. I am going to be replacing it with this little cheap Amazon USB-C and USB plug kind of thing. So it is just a little charging outlet kind of thing. It did come with some wires, little pigtails. This shouldn't be too hard of a replacement. So it's the next day. I got the battery box put in. I got the carpet taken out, disconnected from the back. I got it sitting right out here so I can pressure wash that. She's cleaning the Mustang. Flew off when I turned on the pressure washer. So it's been a couple days. We got the battery tray mocked up right here. I got the custom-made power to the main breaker to the ground. I'm going to clean this up just a little bit more before I hard mount it in. I'm going to rivet with my new rivet gun. And I finally got my engine hoist back from my buddy Andrew's house that we're going to be putting back together and ripping this ugly single cam out of here. So under the car, it's obviously pretty dirty, but the part that I was talking about in my last video is right here. There is a little bit of a hole that goes into the car right here. I mean, it's not terrible, it could obviously be patched, but the frame itself is solid. There's also a smaller little hole on the opposite side right there, but frame, pretty good. All of this is gonna be undercoated and redid. Other than that, I mean, the car is pretty decent condition to be a 240. Gas tank is being held up by a ratchet strap. I'm gonna be taking that down while we're under here. Still has the open diff. Alright, we got the transmission mount out. It is very flimsy because the motor mounts are not connected, but we're about to pop the shifter off just so it's easier to come out. There we go. Easy as that. Okay. Right there. Well, we got the car all cleaned up, got the engine taken out. It's ready for the new one to be dropped in. I am gonna relocate this just a little bit to the side, on this side. It is a little rusty around this area, so I might chop out and grind down a lot of this, clean it up, and then put the hole for the intercooler piping. But we got the engine harness ripped out. We got the engine transmission ripped out. It's all pressure washed, degreased, and everything. I'm gonna be redoing the brake lines, so I'm not too worried if they got hurt or anything. I would like to keep AC, but I took the condenser out because it is bent up a little bit. And the last thing I wanna do for today is mount up the bus bar for the power and run it to the back where the battery is gonna be, which is gonna be this little thing. The reason I pulled the motor today is so I can get it mounted up right there somewhere, just so I could have a main power to power everything in the engine bay. So we got the power wire. It's dark. We got it done. It took way too long. We ran the main power wire all the way around this carpet, along the side of the car, all the way to the front to the bus bar. It's going to be connected right here to the main breaker. Then this is going to connect to the battery, and this is the ground. So you get the idea. Wiring's pretty much mainly complete, other than mounting up the battery box. It's still pretty loose, so we can mock up exactly how it's going to be. It shouldn't get in the way of the fuel pump connector, because I must get it back just a little bit more. The car's coming along. It's going to be a long journey. We got this ripped out. Bus bar mounted up right down there. Power wire ran up to the ECU hole. It's going to connect to right there. Probably mount it from the bottom. Chassis power is going to connect from here down to there. I'm going to have to extend this power, whatever, just a little bit longer. But that's going to finish it up for today. We got a lot more planned, so make sure you stay tuned. Next video, we're going to be cleaning up the rest of the wiring in the engine bay. We're going to be cleaning up the interior a little bit more, probably mounting the bronze seats that I have. I do have a solution for the rusted out trunk area. But other than that, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe right down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.